What's up, everybody? I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. Affirmations still get the job done. Thinking positively still gets the job done. Believing in yourself still gets the job done. We're in some serious times right now, people. Some serious times in the world. I know I've been on a break, on a little hiatus from recording content. Of course, it was on purpose. And the intention for me taking a break is really, for one, I just want to see how my content would grow naturally on its own if I just didn't do anything at all, without running any ads or anything like that. That was one of the reasons why I went on a hiatus. Another reason is just to focus on some other avenues of business that I'm working on, some other income streams that I'm building. But we're in some serious times right now, people. In these times, I challenge you to stay strong. In these times, I challenge you to keep believing in yourself. In these times, I challenge you to dream again. Think bigger, believe bigger. Anything that you've already accomplished before, you can accomplish bigger than what you've ever accomplished in the past. All right? Right now, a lot of people are losing hope. A lot of people have lost faith. A lot of people are just lost overall in the world right now. And I think it's because we don't really know what the future holds because of this whole pandemic and, with COVID coming through and social distancing, the face mask and, the new traveling, the mandates and all of this crazy stuff going on in the world at one time. Is just so much stuff going on that I think a lot of people are mentally challenged. These are some mentally trying times that we're in right now, but what I want you to know is that in any mentally trying time, whenever there's a time where you see there's a change, that is also a time for great opportunity. So this is why during this time period, you want to be strong, you want to be conscious, you want to be aware, you want to be listening, you want to be listening twice as much as you're talking. You really want to be able to read the room and see what's going on in the world and society, even around you in your local area, because during these times, so much great things are going to come out of these times. But at the same time, we're dealing with so much stress. We're dealing with so much pressure just as a human race that I think you just got to hold on to your guns longer. You got to hold on to your guns a little longer. You got to have a little more faith in what you believe in. Keep pushing a little harder. Keep stretching your imagination and your belief a little harder. Because one thing that's definitely true is that a person can only go as far as they believe they can go. A person can only accomplish what they envision themselves having the ability to accomplish. And during these times right now, there are more haters, there are more jealous people, there are more critics, there are more doubters, just people wishing on your downfall than any other time in history right now. Yes, right now you have a lot of people who have ill wishes. Not ill wishes, may not be ill wishes in the sense of they want anything bad to happen to you, but ill wishes in the sense that most people have been experiencing so much hard times and stress, and they've been dealing with so much that their very own insecurity causes them to do nothing but bash what you got going on, throw stones at what you got going on, rain on your parade. So you got to watch for these kinds of people. You got to watch for these kinds of people who just aren't happy with their situation. They're miserable with their situation, and because they're miserable, because they're upset with how, maybe they're not making the money they want to make, maybe they're struggling with something financial, maybe they're struggling with something having to do with the family, their relationships. It could be anything. People could have any reason for why they're insecure or unhappy about something. But what I'm trying to say is, this time more than ever, people will tell you that you can't do something, not because you actually can't do it, but because they've been experiencing so much loss in their life that the thought of you doing great, the thought of you succeeding, and the thought of you actually flourishing and doing what you set out to do makes them mad. It makes them pissed off. They're furious. They're upset. You're still believing in yourself. When everybody else gave up, you're still going. When everybody else threw in the towel, you're still focused. You still got a dream. You still got a vision. You still got a purpose. And you'll be so surprised to learn in this day and age how many people don't have a purpose. How many people don't have a dream. There's so many people who don't have a vision anymore. They don't have an idea in their mind of something to be hopeful for. Something to work towards. Yeah, they might be, making some money. Yeah, they might be getting by and paying the bills. But past that, they can't see anything past that. And I think when people can't see anything past the situation that's actually causing their mental issues, when a person can't see anything past whatever is causing their mental issues, unfortunately, that can lead them to a very destitute and a very just desperate place mentally and just spiritually. And don't think because a person got a lot of things, or a person looks successful, or because a person seems happy and they're smiling and always making jokes, that don't mean you know exactly what's going on in their life. That don't mean you know exactly what's going on in their heart and their mind. There's so much more to life so much more than what meets the eye. People are going through things. People are experiencing things. People are away from their loved ones. People are away from their family. People can't travel. People, have quit their jobs because they didn't want to get vaccinated. There's so much things going on right now. And the most important thing you could do is, number one, be aware. But number two is keep your faith alive. If you can just be aware, at a time like this and keep your faith alive, I'm telling you, my friend, you winning. If you just got that, if you got health and you woke up this morning and you breathing and you could move and you could talk and you could think and you even have the sanity even to put thoughts together, let me tell you something. You winning. You are a blessed individual. You are far more blessed than you think you are. And sometimes we lose sight of the very simple blessings that money can't buy. Sometimes in life, we lose sight of the very simple blessings that things like integrity, things like having genuine love around us, things like even having a job, having something to fall back on, things like having a business outside of a job. These types of things, when shit hits the fan and things get rough, and you can see in society, based on what's going on in the news, I know you've been hearing a lot about people. There's a lot of people committing suicide. If you have been going through something and you've really been stressed out about something and it's too much pressure for you, let me tell you something. Reach out to me. Don't be afraid to hit me up. I'll talk to you about it. Let's discuss it. If there's nobody around that you think will understand, or there's people around that you think will judge you or look at you differently because you may have these negative thoughts, please talk to me. Reach out. Hit somebody up that will understand and that can hear you out, not to belittle you or judge you, but to really hear you out and to really give you sound advice to continue pushing forward. Because all we really need is that extra day to push forward, that extra that extra motivation, that little spark, that little glimmer of hope in our eyes again. That's all we really need. All we need is to see somebody that we love close to us have a little bit of success for us to believe again in our own personal success. Sometimes all we need, a lot of times, even for me, it's not my success that's really inspiring me to keep going. Sometimes it's other people's success that's inspiring me to keep going because of how they keep going, because of how they're situated. There's people out there, and I know they're in situations that are far less attractive than my situation, let's just say, for example. But they do the best with what they have. There's a lot of people out there who make the most of what they have. And those people are the people that keep me inspired. Those people are the people that keep me motivated. Those are the people I want to say thank you to for keeping me hopeful, you know, keeping me strong. Honestly, a lot of times, just your gratitude and you being grateful for your situation, having the ability to see what you do have, that in itself will allow you to create more. Because if you constantly looking at the things you don't have, if you constantly focus on what you're lacking in, what happens is the lack starts to consume you. And you already know, if you're a chosen one, you watching this video, you wouldn't be watching this video right now if you wasn't chosen. You already know we're not about thinking small, we're about thinking abundantly. We're about thinking big, and we're about thinking, having faithful thoughts and hopeful thoughts, right? Backed by action, that's what we're about. So understand that you can get inspired through many different channels, through many different ways. Stop limiting the way in which you get inspired. Stop limiting the way in which you feel grateful. Stop limiting the way in which you appreciate people. Stop limiting the way in which you accept people. Stop limiting the way in which you're going to receive the abundance that you want so bad. The abundance may not come, that whatever you've been wanting, right? It may not always come exactly in the form that you want it to come, but that is no reason to be mad about it. That is no reason to feel defeated. That is no reason to feel like a loser. You got a winning heart. You got a winning mind, my friend. You are a winner. If you got a winning heart and a winning mind, my friend, you are a winner. Okay. That was all that salt from the truck just drove by, and all of it just smacked against the car window. So that was that sound that you just heard. But during these times, let me tell you something. You got to believe in people during these times. You know, you got to be a little bit more compassionate towards people during these times, even when they're coming against you, even when they're saying crazy shit out their mouth about you, even when they're talking like they know you and they don't have a clue about you. You got to have a little more compassion during these times, because these are very sensitive times. People are dealing with a lot. People are going through a lot. I mean, we all are, right? I don't care what level you at and where you at and what you're doing. Everybody's going through something, whether it's from a loved one experiencing something, a friend, anything, right? Everybody's going through something. But you can stretch your mind despite all of that, despite the haters, the critics, the doubters. You can stretch your mind to believe. And if you haven't believed in a long time, you can stretch your mind to believe again. Believe in something far greater and bigger than you've ever been able to accomplish. And that belief in itself is going to instill a seed inside of you to get moving. It's going to instill a seed inside of you to start to think of things that are conducive to where you're trying to go. Naturally, when you just start believing in yourself, what naturally automatically happens is the world even starts to send you people. It starts to send you people, and it's like this invisible force starts to operate in the world, working things into your favor, working so that things can line up the way that you want it. And it takes time. You gotta understand, it takes time for things to really manifest exactly how you want it, but you can't get tricked out of your position. You can't throw in the towel too soon. It's not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every day. Right? It's not about how you think once in a while. It's about how you think every day. You got to literally make what you want kind of become a part of you. Become a part of your lifestyle. Right? So wherever you want to be, you got to believe you're already there now. You must feel as if and think as if you're already where you want to be, to make it actually, to make the universe actually bring to you and pull to you whatever it is that you're imagining in your mind. All the great things, all the great feelings, all the great people, all the great options that's going to open up for you, all of that great stuff that you want, it's all possible for you. But what happens is you have to keep it in your mind every day and as constant as possible. What happens is people forget and people start to remember the reality again. They start to get focused back on the negative. They start to get focused back on the lack. People start to focus back on the times when they didn't do good and the times when they weren't successful. People start to focus back, oh man, I failed so many times in my life in the past. why would this time be different? It is going to be different if you believe it's going to be different. If you approach it with a different mentality, if you approach it with a different response, it is going to be different. If you approach it with where you're seeing the glass half full, it is going to be different because your perspective is one of abundance. And if your perspective is one of abundance, then the only thing that can happen is life starts to give you abundance. Right? It might sound like, you know, people always preaching this stuff and we like, yo, people sound so cliche. You know, I know you're probably saying that right now. You're watching this video like, yo, John, this sounds so cliche. And if you're watching this video right now, please drop a comment below. Drop a comment below. Say, I miss you. I hear you, brother. I hear where you coming from. And I missed all of you guys. I missed you guys. I missed making these videos and my YouTube. I'll never stop. So even if I take a couple months break, don't get it twisted, I'll never stop. But drop a comment below. Let me know if you hear what I'm saying, man. If this is resonating with you and you feel me, you know, just drop a comment below saying I feel you. Like this video and share this video with 5 friends or family. If you know anybody out there who can use this message and can benefit from this message, share this video with them. I would really appreciate that. But during these times, some very bizarre things are happening. Very bizarre things. And people aren't thinking that positive right now, unfortunately. So us as the chosen ones, we got to ignite that fire again. You know, we got to try to help reinstill that hope and encouragement inside of the people to realize there is hope and there is greater coming out of this situation. All right? There are some things to be concerned about, but we're not going to talk about that so much in this video. What we're talking about is expanding your mind and your imagination to believe bigger. Start to practice it. Start to, every single day, start to see where you want to be. Start to feel as if you are who you want to be. And make sure that your goals are realistic, you know? Make sure that your goals of what you're trying to accomplish is realistic goals. And although your dream and your goals may scare you because it's probably so big and it's probably so amazing, this image you have in your mind of what you want for yourself, it's probably so amazing, right? But be realistic with yourself and allowing yourself time to develop on your journey. Allowing yourself time to become a master at what you do. Allow yourself that time and be realistic with yourself with the goals. Be realistic. And what you're going to find is that your brain will start to think naturally in a way where you're constantly thinking of what is the next best decision? What is the next best thing you can be doing in your life and in your business? That's how your mind is going to become trained to think. Like, you're going to always be thinking, what's the next best thing I can be doing to create the most success, most happiness, most abundance in my life and in my family's life? That's how you're going to naturally start to think once you train your mind to think like that. All right? But without any further ado, I really just wanted to make this video just to kind of vent to you. I've been doing great. I've been doing well, focusing on some investments on the side. I still, oh yeah, what I did was I forgot to tell you guys this. You know, I have the 300 to Freedom movement going on. You know, that training website is up and done. But what I did was I created a basic training course for those of you who want to learn how to earn passive income as your own boss on the internet. For those of you who want to learn how to make a brand that people can fall in love with and people can follow. And if you want to also at the same time make money from this brand by servicing people, giving value to people, stuff like that. Or you just want to learn the ins and outs of how to make money online in multiple different ways. If you want to learn that, what I did was I put together a basic training course. It's a 7-part